Good morning, brothers and sisters, lovers, haters, boys, girls, and vibrations. Hope everybody's well on this fine Sunday morning. God bless everybody. Love and light to everybody. I was uptown yesterday with the girls. Bought them a few bits and bats and that was nice. Walking about. We split up the two Midlands. Took DJ and the two Midlands went in Primark, so I was wandering about and there was just me, DJ, walking, and there was some mush on the phone, screaming down the phone. I don't give up. Screaming and that. I have felt like going over and saying, do you want to mind your language? In front of the little one, you know what I mean? But see, that was that old thing coming back, and I identified it straight away and quickly nipped it in the bud and just kept walking. You know, I can't, people, places and things which I have no control over. But you know something, when I was listening to him going on the phone, getting everyone's attention and that, it reminded us of myself and how I used to be, big time. I thought it over I was in my head for a bit. I was like, wow, I used to be just like that. I was that person that was like screaming. I don't give up. I used to scream that in people's faces, and not only did I used to scream it, I used to project that image, you know, and I tried desperately to maintain it all the time, you know, through, you know, violence, been very aggressive, obnoxious, ignorant, because, you know, I was image conscious, and I used to scream that all the time, I don't give up. And I wanted people to think that, you know, I wanted to maintain that image of a person who just didn't care. You know, when looking back now, I look back and I recognise that, you know, I was a person that did care. I mean, even that person there on the phone going on like that, you know, when I used to build, you know, I recognised straight away that he does care, because looking back, I cared a lot. I cared so much that I would go way out of my way, you know what I mean, to be violent, and because I'd whip my hat off and I'd disco with anyone there and then, you know, because I was short-tempered and I had a real fire inside, you know, that I couldn't put out. Then the only way I could channel it was through negativity, you know, fighting, violence, being aggressive, losing the plot, you know, losing my temper, losing control. I found was the only way, you know, I could get a release, you know, because it's the only emotion that I identified with, you know, and the emotion that I identified with the strongest was anger. So that's where everything went. Everything got channeled down that route. You know, now, like I say, looking back, I was a very weak person. You know, I was weak-minded. I had a weak character. I didn't possess, you know, good characteristics, good qualities. I wasn't patient. You know, I didn't listen. I couldn't learn from anybody because I thought my way was the best. I used to have this like voice inside, and it was my voice. It was my tone, my pitch. It was me speaking, but I had no control over it. This voice hasn't been around for quite a while now. It does creep in on the odd occasion, but I can combat it now, and I can think, you know, that's just like the inner critic, and I can just think, and I can get a thought pattern goes that, you know, that alleviates me from that way of thinking. But this voice would often say, like, you know, he thinks you're a mug, break his nose, he's not listening, hit him, you know, like stuff like that. And I thought that was the voice of reason. So I would like act on these things straight away, like thinking I was somehow being guided by something that was right, when it couldn't have been any further from the truth. It was mad, you know, and I did try desperately to uphold that image, you know, unhealthily, tried to uphold an image that was false, because I did care, could scream, I don't give a all I wanted, you know, and I find that people that scream that the loudest, you know, they do care, they are bothered, they are concerned, because they want people to think that, they're projecting that image of somebody who doesn't care. I used to burst through people's doors and tax people, and I used to get away with it. Then I used to start telling people that it was me, because I wanted people to know, you know, getting away with it was no good for me. You know, I wanted people to know that it was me. Do you see what I mean? You see where I'm going? Because I wanted attached to that ruthlessness for all the wrong reasons. And listen, I'm not a paragon of virtue these days. You know, I'm not far from perfect. No one's perfect. I make a lot of mistakes on a daily basis. You know, but nowadays I can I can identify those mistakes more or less immediately, you know, and I can address them. You know, when I'm wrong, I can promptly admit that I'm wrong. It's part of the program. So, you know, it's a beautiful thing. You know, the way my head is. Like I say, sometimes I've got a mindset. Sometimes it's about 70% of the day. Actually, I've got a mindset beyond my wildest dreams. You know, and that's a beautiful thing. Beautiful is a word I never really used in active addiction because it didn't fit anything. It was a soft, weak word for divvies. You know, but now things are beautiful. You know, I've got a lot of beautiful things in my life. I'm a very grateful recovering addict. You know, and I'm on a journey. You know, I'm on a journey of recovery. I'm on a journey of self-discovery. You know, and I'm more and more self-aware. You know, on a daily basis. But just listening to that lad, screaming on the phone yesterday, you know, I identified with who I was and who he was. I knew immediately who he was and where he was and what kind of person he was. I knew because I'd been there. I'd been that person. You know, and we are who we are. You know, but we can change behaviours. You know, we can't change genetically who we are. We can't change. You know, I can't never change the fact that I do like to fight. You know, I can't help that. You know what I mean? I like to fight, but I want to do it in a professional way now. I can't go around hurting people anymore and challenging people. And that just doesn't fit us. It's not good. It's not good for me. It's not healthy. It's not good for anybody. It's not good for my family. You know, and it's very risky. You know, as far as the law, you know, my own health's concerned, you know, it's a massive risk. And it's still risky, you know, what I'm doing in this BKB, but I want to do it because, you know, I feel like I still can. You know, that's kind of who I am. But I can change behaviours, I can change projection, you know, and I can eliminate projection. All I want to be now is myself. I just want to be myself. I don't want to be attached to anything that I'm not. You know, and I'm an addict. You know, I'm an addict. I've had 20 years in active addiction, and today, I'm 79 days clean. I've had a couple of relapses since Christmas, but, you know, the desire to use, you know, is gone. You know, but my addiction's still at work every day. My addiction is, you know, my addiction personally is very patient. It's very cunning, you know, and it's very manipulative. And it can come when you least expect it. You know, it can come during a gym session when your endorphins are flying. It can come when I'm sat with my kids having a really good time, you know, having a laugh and things are good. That's when it can come. It doesn't always come when you're at your lowest. You know, it's there and ready to pounce at all times. It attaches itself to certain emotions and feelings and ignites certain thoughts and can send you down that road straight again. You know, like I say, I do get them thoughts sometimes. Sometimes I can just think, you know, fuck it. No, let's just come back on it. But I immediately address them things. You know, it's still there all the time. It's always at work. You know, I'll always be an addict. That's why I've got to stay, you know, strong. I've got to stay connected through prayers, through meditation, through my Just For Today. You know, be in touch with the program, do my step work. I've got a mountain of step work there. There's loads of it. Loads of writing. You know, gratitude list. Gratitude this morning. Where are we at? It's everywhere. Here's my gratitude. I am grateful for opening my eyes this morning. I am grateful for the life I have been given. Grateful I can enjoy my life without the use of drugs. Grateful I can buy trainers and clothes for my kids. Grateful I have food and water. Grateful to have so many good relationships in my life. And so on and so on, it goes on. You know, that's the stuff I need to do on a daily basis, you know, to maintain my recovery and to stay in touch with the program. You know, and you learn all these little things along the way. And it's a process, you know, that's what it is. It's a process. It's an ongoing continuation and a continualisation of progression on a daily basis. You know, and anybody that is in active addiction and they have the desire to stop using, you know, I would recommend the local fellowship because I couldn't have done it on my own. There's no way I could have done it on my own. But you know, these are the tools that I've just showed you and mentioned. They're the tools for me to maintain my recovery. You know, to maintain, you know, my contact with my higher power, my connection to spirituality. These are the tools, the necessary tools. And the work, for me, you know, remember, addiction is probably the biggest serial killer that there is out there. The graveyard's full of people that were just going on one last session. You know, it's also full of people that, you know, that never found the rooms, you know, and couldn't recover. Because we do recover, you know, we get better, you know, we get well, you know, it's possible. But yeah, I just wanted to share a few thoughts. We've been over 10 minutes now, you know, just wanted to share a few things on Sunday morning. God bless everybody. I wish everybody well. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Back to the grind tomorrow. Make Monday a good one. Start your Monday right. Start all your days right. God bless everybody. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye for now.